Like right now, me and Tank, like, it's weird because he love me to death. He know I love him to death. But we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, what I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like, I let him down. Because he know. Because he's somebody that really know, like, what I can do and how good I am. And it's like, he feel like, man, I'm tripping. You know what I mean?
Adrian Broner recently went off on Gervonta Davis during a viral interview on the Fight Night Breakdown podcast, which is currently taking the internet by storm. He didn't hold back at all, calling Tank out for everything, including his controversial performance against Lamont Roach. Broner isn't holding back. This isn't just a random shot. It's coming from someone who's been in the ring with some of the best, including Marcos Maidana, Sean Porter, and even Manny Pacquiao. There's a lot to unpack here, so buckle up. We're about to dive deep into Broner's fiery criticism and why it could change everything for Tank's future. Is Tank really the next big thing in boxing? Or is there more to this situation than we thought? Let's break it down. The first thing to know is that Adrian Broner isn't just some random guy throwing shade. He's been in the ring with the best, and from his rise in the sport to his ups and downs, Broner knows exactly what it takes to make it to the top. He's been in those high-pressure moments, and when he talks, people listen.
But sometimes he'll look at Tank and say, yo, listen to him, man. I'm good.
Hey,
shut up.
what's your thought on Tank and Floyd going back and forth, man?
I let two grown men handle their business, but they know whose side I'm on if we gotta go there, though.
About Gervonta Davis and his fight against Lamont Roach, he didn't just say a little. He came in strong, like a wrecking ball. His main point was that Tank isn't ready for top competition if he keeps fighting like he did in the draw with Roach. You saw it too, right? Everyone was surprised when Roach actually stood his ground. Against Tank, Lamont Roach was thought to be an easy opponent, but he surprised everyone with a performance that got people talking. Tank didn't look as dominant as he usually does.
The draw? No. Lamont won. Who you got win? Lamont.
You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds?
I don't know. You still want the Tank Davis fight? You said what? You still want the Tank Davis fight?
What went wrong? What went wrong?
Take out a little speed, more fire out of it, or is it still the same? I mean, we're going to see. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this, so.
Shakur, what went wrong for Gervonta in this fight? Just because, could we say maybe because Lamont didn't come in, they really...
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best. Keyshawn, what's your worst Keyshawn? He just won his first title.
Fact, Tank looked clearly shaken during the fight, and some people even thought Roach won. That's exactly what Broner is pointing out.
I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And
You'll never beat Lamont like that, Broner said, and those words really hit hard. So what is he saying? Broner isn't holding back about Tank's weaknesses. He says Tank needs to improve, especially if he wants to fight the top fighters. Broner is suggesting that Tank is taking shortcuts by relying too much on his power and not working on his overall skills. If you think about it, this isn't just a random complaint. Broner has a point. Tank's performance against Roach wasn't just a mistake. It showed weaknesses in his defense, ring eye.
Tell that nigga, tell Floyd to get on live. Tell him show where he at. You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell him get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too. Broke ass.
Q and stamina. And if Tank doesn't fix these issues soon, we might see him get exposed in future fights. Let's get into the details. Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach wasn't just a fight. It was a reality check for Tank. His performance was pretty disappointing. Despite all the hype, he couldn't finish Roach like everyone thought he would. Let's be honest, this fight was a mess.
Dad, slow down on worrying about you because, boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me. Both of y'all know me very well. Yeah. Don't I spend time with my amateurs? Yeah. All the time. That's my peace. And he know when I go spend time with my peace, I'm going through things. You know what I'm saying? When he was there, at least I know where he was at. Because it was something that we didn't want to do. It was something that we normally do. Y'all with me? And it was good for us, to tell you the truth, because when I stepped back in the head biggest game and I haven't been there, it brought back so much memories. When we first started off, and him seeing all us working together, he was happy. And at the end of the day,
Yes, for Tank. The knockdowns, the confusion, and the fact that Roach landed clean shots when no one expected it. That's not what fans wanted to see when they tuned in to watch the undefeated Tank Davis. Think about this. Broner's criticism comes from someone who's had his own ups and downs, but has also fought some of the best. He sees what's missing in Tank's game and isn't afraid to call him out. What happened in the 9th round was important. Tank took a knee. No one expected that, especially since he's known for being tough and explosive. It wasn't just that moment. It was the whole fight. Tank wasn't prepared, and it showed. On the other hand, Lamont Roach stayed calm. He had a plan and executed it perfectly. Still think Tank won? Think about this. Roach landed more punches and came very close to winning the fight. If it weren't for the controversial scoring, we might be talking about a totally different result right now. Now here's where it gets interesting. A lot of people will hear Broner's comments and think, it's just Broner being Broner. But this time I think Broner...
Good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now, and do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you, like the guys were saying, as you proceed through these next couple fights?
Yeah, it just put, food to the fire and things like that, fuel to the fire. But it's cool. It's cool. The draw is okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me, too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And...
is right. Why? Because he's talking about the one thing no one else has really addressed, Tank's need for growth. Broner's point isn't just about pointing out Tank's weaknesses, it's about challenging him to improve. Broner sees potential in Tank.
Yeah, he's like waiting. What happened?
one of the best fighters in the world, man, and it showed tonight. He probably wasn't welling when he said that Grease back in the eye, but if you voluntarily take a knee and the rest start counting, it should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not banking on that knockdown to win. I just thought I pulled it out. What happens next? Shit, I hope we can run it back.
Tank, but also thinks Tank might be too comfortable where he is. Broner is trying to push him to be better, not bring him down. He's also making a point about Tank's long-term career. If Tank keeps relying only on his power, he won't stay at the top for long. He needs to improve his...
Was like in the ring, and was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's
footwork, defense, and mental toughness if he wants to stay competitive in this tough era. Let's be real. Broner has been in the spotlight long enough to know what it takes to stay great. If Tank Davis doesn't get it together and make the right changes, he could lose his place as the top fighter in the lightweight division. Tank needs to step it up or accept that fighters like Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and even Adrian Broner himself could be the future. Tank doesn't seem in a hurry for a rematch with Lamont Roach. Why? It's simple. Tank got exposed in a way he didn't expect, and now he's avoiding that second fight. There's a rematch clause in his contract, but Tank hasn't said anything about it. So, what's going on behind the scenes? Lamont Roach has been asking for the rematch. He wants to prove his first performance wasn't a fluke and that he can beat Tank for good. But Tank has been avoiding it because, deep down, he knows Roach figured him out. Roach was on top of his game and took advantage of Tank's mistakes. A rematch could reveal even more of those weaknesses. Here's the kicker. The New York State Athletic Commission reviewed the fight after the controversy and found several problems with Tank's performance. But despite all the discussion, the result still stands as a draw. That means Tank could have lost if the referee made a different call in the 9th round.
Davis and Adrian Broner, when the announcement was made that Porter was victorious, did you agree with the decision? You have an opinion on who won the fight? Adrian, do you feel like talking? Because we saw your boy Errol Spence get up there, call out Porter, say that that's the fight he wants next. How would you see that fight shaking out should it happen? Break it down for me. Gervonta?
About who? Porter is a good fighter. I feel like Porter is a good fighter, but I don't see him like bringing something to the table that Earl can't take, you know. So I'm pulling for Earl for sure.
About whether or not Porter's able to make a jet.
That, you know, Sean just.
If you think about it, this isn't just a random complaint. Broner has a point. Tank's performance against Roach wasn't just a mistake. It showed weaknesses in his defense, ring IQ, and stamina. And if Tank doesn't fix these issues soon, we might see him get exposed in future fights. Let us get into the details. Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach wasn't just a fight.
What they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take the knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, you know, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. You know, the referee with the eyes, you know, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, Did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, I mean, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna.
It was a reality check for Tank. His performance was pretty disappointing. Despite all the hype, he couldn't finish Roach like everyone thought he would. Let's be honest, this fight was a mess for Tank. The knockdowns, the confusion, and the fact that Roach landed clean shots when no one expected it. That's not what fans wanted to see when they tuned in to watch the undefeated Tank Davis. Broner's criticism comes from someone who's had his own ups and downs, but has also fought some of the best. He's
I'm not surprised the way Lamont fought. I knew Lamont was going to come to fight. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. He did a good job. He fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean, I was
what was wrong with him? Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
Whatever they want to do. You think it was a draw? I don't know. I thought it was a good fight.
Appreciate it.
It wasn't just that moment. It was the whole fight. Tank wasn't prepared, and it showed. On the other hand, Lamont Roach stayed calm. He had a plan and executed it perfectly. For those who still think Tank won, think about this. Roach landed more punches and came very close to winning the fight. If it weren't for the controversial scoring, we might be talking about a totally different result right now. Now here's where it gets interesting. A lot of people will hear Broner's comments and think, it's just Broner being Broner. But this time I think Broner is right. Why? Because he's talking about the one thing no one else has really addressed. Tank's need for growth.
We made this shit trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like say you got.
Davis is at a turning point in his career. He can either listen to Broner's advice and work on becoming a better all-around fighter, or he can keep resting on his past success and risk fading away. What do you think? Is Tank avoiding the rematch because he's scared of Roach, or is there something else going on that we don't know about? Let me know in the comments.
It was kind of a knockdown. I would win the majority decision. Honestly, I thought I should have won without that, but the rules do state if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic.
Comments below. Do you think Tank can come back stronger, or is he done at the top? If you liked the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for all the latest boxing news.